Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. I'm so tired of being the ugly friend. I hate it especially because when I look in the mirror, I know I'm not ugly. I consider myself fairly attractive. I think I have a pretty cool style, and while definitely not the greatest at social interaction, I can get through my day without too many awkward interactions. Yet, I can't help but feel like the ugly one of my friend group. Whenever we sit around and just talk, the topic of how successful they are on dating apps always comes up, and it embarrasses me because they always talk about all the girls they're talking to, how many they've met up with this week, who they're planning to meet, and when they ask me about it I have nothing to say because I get no likes and no matches on any dating apps. When we all get together and go out to clubs or bars, they'll successfully talk to women and get socials and eventually meet up with them later. I'll talk to women, get socials, and then they'll never talk to me again after that interaction. And my friends hype me up, telling me I am a good-looking dude, that I am a really cool person to be around, and a few of them even told me, in a very drunken state, that I inspire them to better people, and that all really means a lot. But, it doesn't help the fact that whenever I decide to venture out into dating again, even now just wanting something more casual, I get no success while they have a million different women to choose from, and are constantly bragging about it. It just makes me feel so unwanted and ugly. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe I just don't know how to talk to women at all, maybe I am just absolutely repulsive to look at. I don't know. I'm just tired of this. Story 2. Finally DD. This Thanksgiving is special. I completed a program with the university months ahead instead of 2024 as scheduled. Not too happy about the total score of 99%. Whatever, take it on my chin. With completion of this program, hopefully by the next summer, I will be able to make the move out of state. I'm thinking of going somewhere else where the adrenaline rush is, which I thrive on. Laughing face. I prefer Europe and Far East. Montreal would be awesome if it wasn't for the freezing weather. For decades in US, I socialized, yet I never keep friends that I made. Here in this laid-back state, I managed to make friends, laughing face, and see them every week, and I do like most of them. A few of them get on my nerves. I learned from Bill Clinton on how to put on a smile while at the same time. Tee-hee. They know not to get too close to me. Yes, I am very territorial. LOL. I am going to enjoy this place and see my friends as much as possible. Right now I'm drinking until I drop to celebrate my average achievement. If you're here with me, I don't mind sharing my whiskey with you. Cheers. Story 3. No one around me respects art animation. Animation has been my whole world for my entire life. Ever since I saw those breathtakingly animated movies in theaters like Kubo and the Two Strings as a child, I've just been in love with it. I'm working every day to improve to hopefully go into the industry in the future. But no one I know really appreciates animation, or art in general. It really hurts to see even my best friend just not care about the artistry that goes into animated films, or the effort and labor that goes into a 5-minute short. With everyone, friends, family, critics, it's always is one of my favorite animated movies. It's never is one of my favorite movies. As if animation isn't good enough to be lumped in with the rest and has to be in its own separate, lesser category. It makes it so hard to take my own passion seriously when my friends will just make offhand remarks about how complicated and stupid art is, and how bad classic paintings are. How do I know they even respect me if they think my number one aspiration is stupid? I just wish I knew someone who cares about it as much as I do. Story 4. Met 2 nice guys in my life. I lived with one and worked with one. I am sorry to the people of Reddit. I didn't believe you about these people existing, but they do. I try to be a nice person in my day-to-day life, so to me, why are people making fun of people who are trying to be nice? I didn't understand that these people weren't trying to be nice but were trying to manipulate others. Sad world we live in, and these people somehow end up with women. Maybe the women are nice girls? Who knows? Be the first to comment. Nobody's responded to this post yet. Add your thoughts and get the conversation going. Story 5. My dad called me big today. I am a teenage girl, 15, and I've been working out consistently because it benefits my roller derby career. I love it, it makes me feel great and I've been losing fat but gaining a lot of muscle. My shoulders are broad and my arms are huge. Today my dad clapped me on the back and said I had the shoulders of a quarterback. They're huge. And he just kept on going on about how big I'm getting. I haven't had a boyfriend since I've started working out and I'm starting to think that it may be the cause of it. Because I'm huge. Story 6. I told my GFS friends that I would not date someone poorer than me and I regret it. This is gonna be a long one as I need to give some context, so please bear with me. TLDR at the end. I, 27M, have a loving GF, 25F, I'll call her Anna. We've been together 5 years now, 6 years in October. We had dinner with her college friend group last night, 2 girls, 2 guys, then me and my GF. Everyone else was single. Anna's friend group really likes going into in-depth discussions about politics, science, ethics, art, and hypotheticals, and I love participating in them. I'm not as progressive or intellectual as them, but they always say that I bring a fresh perspective because I always look at the topics from the eyes of an outsider. To be clear, they're really nice, cool people. They are never intentionally condescending, sarcastic, or patronizing towards me, and I genuinely enjoy their company. The thing is, though, they all come from affluent families with generational wealth. Even my GF. However, Anna doesn't really share their lifestyle. They're the type of people who nonchalantly mention wanna go to Tokyo on Friday? I wanna go shopping as if having a trip like that is just as easy as going to the mall. When I say things like, oh yeah, I've studied the Louvre in art class back in high school. Wish I could go there someday, their response would be like meh, it was too crowded when we visited last month. They also do that card roulette thing where they would pool their credit cards and the waitstaff would pick one, then the owner of the card would pay the entire bill. Things like that. I, however, grew up in a lower middle class family. We were not poor, but we did not have much luxuries either. There were days when I was a kid where we had to maybe ration our food or skip a meal, especially when my parents were between jobs, but it never got too drastic to the point of extreme hunger or homelessness. Suffice to say, I am on an entirely different demographic than the rest of them. Anna and all her friends knew about this. Whenever we all go out, and they choose a fancy place, they always offer to pay for my portion. I always decline since I don't want them to think that I'm taking advantage of them/Anna or that I'm a social climber, but they always insist and I often end up going along with them. Anna always assures me that it's not a big deal to her friends, and that through the years, they've accepted me as a must-be their part of their group since they see how much Anna and I care for each other. Also, apparently they find me pretty funny so they like having me around. Last night, one of the girls had a prompt for our discussion, would you date someone who's from a lower socio-economic class? Their answer was a resounding and unanimous yes, even Anna. They all had their explanations, but the gist of it was that for them, money doesn't matter in love, as long as their feelings are true and all that fairytale stuff. Of course, I believe that too. That is, if you had the safety net like they do. When I answered no, all of Anna's friends had a really violent reaction. Everyone acted as if it was the most obscene and vulgar thing in the world. I explained my side, saying that coming from a lower middle class family, I have to be practical. As much as I wanted to prioritize love and other emotions, I have to think about financial stability as well, since I'm supporting myself and my brother who's still in college. I said that I know it sounds selfish, but of course I'm working hard to achieve a more comfortable life, and dating someone poorer might not help me toward that goal. Again, I'm coming from a place where I know that my current finances is pretty poor already, I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to pay monthly bills, loans, and debts, and my brother's expenses, so dating someone poorer might mean someone I might have to support financially as well. Of course, at the end of the day, my ideal relationship would be where there is mutual growth and no one is holding back the other person. When I tried to explain all this, all of them, except Anna, seemed so appalled. She understood my situation. We live together with my brother, and she also contributes to our finances using the money she gets from her parents. However, Anna's still doing her masters, so she's not earning quite as much on top of that. Her friends jokingly accused me of being a gold digger, and while I know they're all just making fun of my answer, that still hurt. I really thought they'd be more open-minded since they were all so progressive and somewhat more in touch with less fortunate people, like me, unlike the other rich, spoiled brats I see online. I felt so invalidated and judged just because I wanted to prioritize my own well-being over others. I mean, to be clear, I know it's selfish, but I feel like it was still reasonable given my circumstances. Throughout the night, they were making digs at me like, Anna, better watch your credit score or your boyfriend might break up with you, or you should be thankful, Anna, you passed your boyfriend's high standards, and similar remarks. Again, I know they didn't really mean to be harsh and were just giving me a hard time about it, but I just took it too personally, I guess. I might even just be reading too much into it. Now, I think they've already moved on from the dinner discussion, but their reactions still linger in my mind. I feel like crap because I thought I sounded entitled, or maybe I didn't explain my side properly. Or maybe I'm just flat out wrong. I don't know. All I know is I love Anna, she loves me, and I won't leave her even if we had empty bank accounts. I mean, I hope we never experience that, though, because that would suck. TLDR, my GF's rich friends asked a hypothetical question during dinner if we'd be willing to date someone poorer than us. They all said yes, but I said no due to practical reasons like financial stability. They all judged me and reacted negatively to that and made fun of me through the entire night. Edit. A seemingly deleted reply called me a hypocrite as I actually am poorer than my GF and that maybe her friends were right to call me a gold digger. This was my response to that, which I didn't get to post because the reply was deleted before I could answer. This is where context of poorer matters. My GF is rich, so me being poorer could just mean that I could be middle class, but I am actually poor. Me being poor means that the hypothetical person poorer than me would be someone really struggling even more. Because I already consider myself poor, dating someone poorer than me means that it would be even more difficult to pay bills and other expenses than it is now. Right now, yes, my GF is intrinsically richer than me, but we have an agreement that she would only pay for her share in our apartment and other expenses. I pay for all my and my brother's share, including his tuition and medical fees. My GF pays for her share by using her parents' money, I have no problems with that, while I pay my and my brother's share by working 3 to 4 jobs. She often offers to contribute more, but I always decline. I only accepted once when my brother needed urgent surgery, but then I also borrowed money from a lot more people that time, not just from her. I know this is now my pride talking, but I actually grew up in a literal farm where hard work is the only thing I knew. I never really thought about being with my GF just for her money. The only times I'm thankful that she's rich are when I really have absolutely nothing, and I'm still confident she will never be hungry because of my circumstances due to her safety net. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.